I cannot believe how dark it's already starting to get at, what is it? 3 o'clock. Holy crap. Okay, it's a race against time. I definitely wanted to start this video earlier on in the day to have better lighting, but when November rolls around and the clocks are turned back and it starts getting dark at like 4 p.m. Anyways, guys, I am back from my 10-day vacation down south. Let's take a look at how my plants are doing. Some of them I'm feeling a little bit guilty about, but also tell me I'm not the only one who has had problems with the pitcher plant. Like, this is not my first pitcher plant, and I swear to God, the exact same issue happens every single time. Like, why do the pitchers on the Nepenthes just dry up and die before any other part of the plant? Like, this happens with every single Nepenthes, and it's like, that's the reason why I have the plant. The rest of it isn't really all that interesting or exciting to look at, in my opinion. I have it for the pitchers. Maybe it's a seasonal thing. Like, please, if you know, leave me a comment. But anyways, I do have some updates for you guys coming to you hot from the Urban Botanist's plant room. If you are new here, my name is Emma, and I love teaching you all about houseplant tips and tricks, sustainability practices, and as of recently, some home design and decor stuff. If you may or may not already know, I've recently moved to Chelsea, Quebec after finding what I can only describe as my absolute dream home. It was built in the 60s and has just like this really incredible rustic vibe. The house also came with this iconic solarium. Like, when I tell you, the first moment I walked into this space, I was brought to my knees and tears were flowing. It's just like, how could a more perfect thing exist for somebody like me? Anyways, over the last 3 months, I've been filling my plant room with all of my existing plants that I had from back home and obviously adding new ones. I just got back from a 10-day vacation and I tried to do as much as I could to prepare my plants for that 10-day hiatus, but this space gets a lot of direct sun, and some plants that normally would only need to be watered like once a week now kind of need to be watered twice a week. I'm also going to be announcing a new and exciting collaboration, at least soft announcing, at least like giving you guys a sneak peek on what's to come. Literally cannot contain my excitement, so I'm going to give you a little teaser, and I will definitely be saving that to the end. So make sure that you are subscribed and that you hang out with me until the end of this video to see that exciting launch. Trust me, you do not want to miss it. Okay, let's start out with new plants. This is a new plant, baby. Guys, I'm so excited. Look at how cute she is. She did arrive with spider mites already on her. To be fair, like, alocasias, tell me if I'm wrong, do your alocasias not always end up with spider mites? Like, they are just so prone to spider mites. Right now it's looking pretty good. I've done a few treatments. I've been home for a couple days, so I've been tending to the plants that needed my help the most. This one was one of them, and she is so cute. This is an alocasia Mickey Mouse. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the Latin name for this plant is. I'm assuming that Mickey Mouse himself did not discover and name this plant, so I will find it out and probably put the name right here. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. So this is a new plant of mine, a variegated alocasia Mickey Mouse, and it is just so cute. I have like a love-hate relationship with alocasias because I find, again, they are always prone to spider mites. They tend to be like really finicky, need high humidity, but I just love the leaf shape of this plant, and I find that they just have this really striking visual appearance to them. I love the Alocasia Sabrina, Alocasia Friedic. I have gone through so many alocasias, and guess how many alocasias I have in my collection? Just one. All of the rest have died. RIP. So this just goes to show you that even if you are the urban botanist, plants still die under your care. It's all good. Just move on and get a new plant and try better the next time. So yeah, the Nepenthes didn't do so well during my hiatus, but one plant that is doing really well, I mean, I think this was regardless of whether I went away or not, is my Euphorbia Madagascar jewel, the Euphorbia leucanera. this plant is thriving on a level that I didn't think was possible. Also, my string of hearts thriving differently. Like, I say this in every video, I genuinely mean it. I can't believe how many flowers this plant is producing. I feel like every day when I come in here, there's 4 or 5 new blooms on this plant. But my Leucanera, my Madagascar jewel, look at all of these new leaves. Guys, I swear this is new in the last week. This is new in the last week. There's even another new leaf coming out, and you can really see how many flowers it's pushing out. And these are the flowers that spit seeds, which is just such a cool thing that this plant does. And I'm gonna put a picture up that I just recently found. You know, when you're on the airplane and you're just like, you don't got Wi-Fi, you didn't download anything on Netflix, you've listened to all the podcasts that you have, and you're just like doom scrolling through your own photo album. I doom scroll and look at my plant pictures. I'm literally that person. Are we surprised? Absolutely not. But I found the very first picture that I ever took of this plant, which was a plant that I received during a plant swap that I hosted here early 2020, before the world ended and we couldn't do in-person events anymore, which was like such a saving grace because that event was so incredible. Met countless plant people in the community here in Ottawa, and I ended up getting this Madagascar jewel during that plant swap, and he was teeny tiny, like literally 3 leaves, probably the same size as the current little baby that's in there right now. You see that little tiny baby there? That is about the same size of this mother plant when I first got her, like, yeah, 4 going on 5 years ago now. So that's a 5-year-old plant. Wow, I love it so much. To me, like, one of my favorite things about collecting plants is the memories that they keep, the stories that they tell, where they came from, what was going on in that moment, who bought it for you, who did you inherit that plant from. There's actually a few plants in this space that were left over from the original owners. Here's one of them, a Dracaena marginata, and I think that this might be an orchid in there. I don't know, what do you guys think this is? I feel like it could be an orchid. I don't know, mystery plants, right? We love a mystery plant. There were a few that were left over, and you know, I'm just like, I'm happy to be their adoptive mother, you know? Similar to the story behind my Madagascar jewel. And the whole reason why I was so excited to get one was because Madagascar is one of the most biodiverse countries in the world. There are more species of flora and fauna that are endemic to that country, which means that they are not found in any other place on Earth. So it was really high on my bucket list of places to visit for a super long time. Also, if you know, you know, I love insects. I studied entomology at Carleton University here in Ottawa, which is the study of bugs, hence my crazy insect collection that I have here. And this is just one snippet of my collection. Maybe I can bring you upstairs and show you the rest. Why not? Let me tell you that story. I get this question all the time, is like, what is your favorite bug? And a species, or I guess a family of insects that I found to be my favorite were Curculionidae, which are weevils. I love weevils. I'll put a picture of them up here, or a video or something, I'll put it. They are a long-snouted beetle. They are also the most biodiverse genus in the whole world of insects. There's like just endless. I don't even know how many species there are, but anyways, this is a little bit more of my insect collection. The lighting is not great, but you know what, we'll do what we can. So these are all butterflies, local species that I collected and mounted. These are also native species of Luna moth. They've really like kind of lost a bunch of their color. These are all species that I collected from Southeast Asia. These are some more local species that I collected, mounted, pinned all by myself. Actually, these are 2 little pieces that I got from Madagascar. They're iconic lemurs that, again, you can only see in Madagascar. And just this cute little like Volkswagen van. I don't even know why this was there, but I just love the Volkswagen van vibe. And when I saw that at a little market in Madagascar, I was like, you're coming home with me. Anyways, so back to my favorite bug. There is a species of weevil that exists endemic to Madagascar called the giraffe weevil. And I was on a mission to find one of these. And you gotta think, when you go to a super underdeveloped country, I also went by myself, I couch surfed, I stayed with locals, like I kind of had no real plan. I was just going to see wildlife. I really wanted to discover different species of plants and animals while I was there, and I really was on this mission to find the elusive giraffe weevil. Guys, these bugs are so cool. Not only do they have like the most incredible colorings, like, can you even believe that this is a real insect? The way that their necks bend, which is obviously where they get the name giraffe weevil, is just so cool to me. Anyways, not only did I find one and get to photograph it, I found so many. My eyes are always peeled whenever I'm walking in the forest, anywhere, here, my own backyard, like anywhere, I'm looking for bugs. I'm on a lookout. And lo and behold, I found a whole bunch of giraffe weevils. So that was a pretty incredible moment. Anyways, that was a total side tangent. Let's get into unboxing my new plant that I have here, and I'll show you guys some other cool things that I got going on. Okay, so here's the story with this plant. I have a customer who absolutely loves a certain variety of plant. I'm gonna save it because I don't want to spoil it. They are a collector of this specific variety. So when I saw it come up on the list of available plants that I essentially am able to order in from one of my plant suppliers, I was like, holy smokes, do you want this plant? I'm doing a big order for all of my other own stuff that I need for my business. And they obviously said, absolutely. It arrived in and it took my breath away. I was like, oh my God, I need one. Okay, so without further ado, let's open her up. Oh my God. Oh my freaking God. Wow, 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 wow. This is crazy. Guys, this thing is insane. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this plant. This is an elephant ear staghorn, or a Platycerium elephantotis, a really distinctive and rare species of staghorn fern that is native to Central Africa, which is kind of where it gets its name from. Elephant ear, look at the absolute size of the fronds on this specimen. It is just insane. You can see why I saw even just the top of this plant and I was like, oh, I'm very sorry, but I need one of these. Like, I have never seen a staghorn fern so big. Oh my God, guys, look, there's a new little leaf growing right here. So that means it's happy, it's healthy. I gotta think about where I'm gonna put this thing. Now, the fronds on this species of plant can grow absolutely massive, and unlike your typical variety of staghorn fern, the elephantotis leaves do not fork. So they'll actually keep this nice rounded shape to them, which I just think is so unique and distinctive to this species. The other thing that's really cool about staghorn ferns, and one of the reasons why I think people like this one customer of mine collect them so like wholeheartedly and obsessively, is because they are an epiphytic species of plant, meaning that they grow off of other organisms, off of trees, off of the sides of houses. A lot of these species can be found in Australia. This one obviously native to Africa, but you'll typically see them growing off the side of like big tree trunks. So that's why you'll sometimes see people do mounted staghorn ferns. I've sold these as DIY kits. I've hosted workshops that have taught you how to go ahead and mount these types of plants to pieces of wood, pieces of bark. Actually, come to think of it, I think I might have the perfect piece of wood in my garage for this guy. That'll be for another video. But yeah, you can take a really cool piece of wood. I actually did it with this orchid, because orchids are also epiphytic plants, meaning that they naturally grow off of other species and not in a parasitic way where it's taking anything from the tree. They just sort of grow and do their own thing, collect and absorb their own nutrients from the environment around them. So similarly to this cool piece of cork bark that I have where I mounted this variety of dendrobium, I'm gonna do the same thing with this massive staghorn fern. And it kind of is a good segue into a few ideas that I have for the rest of this plant room. And since I'm losing daylight, I'm going to dive right into them. Okay, so the mounted fern needs to go somewhere, but where? I'm kind of thinking it could go like maybe right here on the wall. I also find that just this part of the room doesn't really have any greenery. It kind of falls flat. There's like no greenery here. So I'm like, do I put it right here? Or maybe I could put it like right there in the stairwell. I feel like there's enough space here, but also I don't want it like protruding out into the stairwell and like hitting you as you walk by. I'm kind of feeling like right there could be a good spot. Another thing that I always like to do whenever I get a new plant is feed them with some plant pills. You guys already know, and if you don't, you need to know that you should be giving your plants probiotics. You should really be feeding your plants with healthy fertilizers. I like to stick with organic fertilizers. I went through this period where I was like, not sure what to give my plants, feeling very overwhelmed at the department stores, grocery stores, Canadian Tires, Home Depots, the garden centers, and just looking at a wall of fertilizers being like, what the hell is all of this? I don't even know where to start. And that's where I learned the real significant difference between like organic fertilizers versus synthetic fertilizers. So I definitely recommend if you're looking at feeding your plants, and you should be, especially if you want them growing green and happy and healthy like mine, that you consider an organic probiotic style fertilizer, which is what plant pills are. I basically designed plant pills to be the one-stop shop for plant parents that just don't want to have the headache of trying to figure it all out. How much should I measure? How often? This is like an easy one-size-fits-all probiotic pill that you can add to any of your houseplants. The pills are just little pellets like this packed with 12 all-star, as I like to call them, ingredients that will give your plants absolutely everything that they need to thrive. Some of those ingredients include bone meal, worm castings, kelp meal, humic acid. The list really does go on. There are 12 freaking ingredients. And I picked these ingredients because I was going out and buying them all individually and was like so fed up with having to spend all this money on different bags of products that I ended up just mixing together and putting into my plants, and it was the ingredients that I found I saw the most benefit to. And things like soybean meal and dry molasses, these are ingredients that are actually really hard to find if you're just shopping at regular department stores. So I thought I need to find a way to bring a product like this to regular plant parents like you and me, and that's where Plant Pills was born. You can literally apply them as often or as little as you want, once a month, once a week. You cannot over fertilize with these probiotics. Okay guys, this is the last little surprise that I wanted to share. I am still a few weeks and months out from like officially launching this new product, but I wanted to give you a little sneak peek because I just received the first prototype version of a new product that I am bringing to the Urban Botanist for plant lovers just like you, just like me, who are really looking for ways to bring the outdoors in and kind of style their space that suits their interests. Obviously, I just moved into a new home and have been decorating, and while looking for options for botanical or plant-inspired rugs, I was having a really hard time finding the right size and color variation that suited my space and style. So that's when I discovered Daloon. This is not a sponsored ad. This is just a legitimate collaboration. I reached out to them to see if they'd be interested in developing my own line of Urban Botanist inspired carpets. And that is what I have my very first prototypes of right now. And my opinion, the best part about them is that they are completely customizable. The shape, the size, and the colors. So I'll show you 2 of the designs that I have right now. I have like 7 carpets that I'm testing. I'll be doing a big giveaway for them actually, so they're not going to go to waste. They're going to be given away to awesome followers, subscribers, and fans like you. So make sure that you are following me on the Urban Botanist Instagram channel here, which is where I'll be doing a giveaway. So I have this plant room. Obviously it's a super unique room, interesting size. I wasn't finding the right shape of rug and size to suit this space. So now I've got one. Anyways, I've actually got 2 and I'm not sure which one I'm gonna put in here. So let me know what you think. Okay, let's unravel the carpets. Okay, let's open up rug number 1. Oh my God, I literally love it so much. Now you might be thinking, okay, it's cute, but I kind of wish it was in a rectangle. Okay. A rectangle it is. Guys, this one is so awesome, oh my God. Every single color on the carpets you can select. Maybe you want a pink variegated monstera. We got you. You can pick that too. Now I really do love this design, but let's try something a little less planty. Okay, this one is amazing. Sometimes you don't want to have like a plant pattern in every single room, so I wanted to go for something that was a little bit more traditional, that sort of suited the 60s style of this cozy home. So this is the design that I came up with. I love it so much. It adds so much brightness. Guys, this is just 2 of the designs and I can't wait to share the rest of them with you. So I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed these updates. I will have more for you next week, as always. I really appreciate you getting all the way to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a comment down below. It definitely helps me with engagement. I'd love to hear more about what you would like to see more of from me on this channel. Make sure that you are subscribed and following me on Instagram, where I post more daily updates. And you can also check out my personal accounts, which I will link in the description down below. Happy growing, and we'll see you in the next planty video. Bye!